Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and whoa, the sky looks beautiful. But anyways, in today's video we are going to continue our journey to reaching purple gold in Industrialist. And in the last episode we've actually unlocked a few stuff that will help us. Gold refining, gold acid refinery, and actually making gold is really simple. You just take dirt and wait a second, give me a second.
A few minutes later.
You just take dirt and then take the rich soil and throw everything else aside. And then you give it to a gold acid refinery and get gold. And there we go, we have it. But we don't have sulfuric acid and we aren't rich enough. So we are going to use this thing, which we used while making plastic. As you can see, plastic stuff. Anyways, after using it we get 10 karat gold. Now, gold can reach 24 karat, so you'll have to purify it a couple of times if you want to actually improve it with a pressurized water filter, which we will have to research. Oh, alright, so you have to input it into the gold acid refinery again. Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing here, but it's okay. And then you wash it again, alright. And then after we get to 24 karat gold, we can just melt it and then convert it into an ingot. And there we go, we have gold. So yeah, this is actually chill. The only problem is that it's extremely expensive, alright? I gathered $7 million, and still, each one of those, well, soil excavators, not really, but like gold acid refineries, 1 million for each. Schwammel, 1 million for each. And an alloyer, which I will have to use to make purple gold, 1 million for each. I will also need money for making aluminum, which I don't know if we will do this episode, but we will see. Alright, so let's begin with researching everything we need. I actually prepared this ahead. So we do need a pressurized water filter, which we can research just now. Let's see how much it costs. Alright, not too bad. There we go. So to actually melt the gold we will need an industrial electric furnace. I know it shows for 10 karat gold, but if we reach like 24 it will also say the same. There we go, and we still need an industrial electric furnace. Here it is. Everything is scattered together, which is really nice. Let's research it. And of course it also costs 1 million. So we will do this far away from everything, I think. Let's actually do this right here. I'm not really worried too much about pollution. Those always fill up and I need to replace them. I try to like focus the residue collection zones in like very specific areas, which I will always remember. But there are just so much of this now that I don't always remember where are all of them. There are a lot of times where the plastic farm just stops working, which is really annoying, and it mainly stops working because stuff just fill up and then it just breaks. Okay, so yeah, not really the most like efficient farm, usually breaks a lot, and I don't really like that. So it's good that we are trying to achieve gold here. Isn't there a more effective water pump somewhere here? There we go, water pump 2. I found this thing which might help us. So I finally finished making the gold farm, and as you can see, it makes quite a lot of money. Now let me explain how it works, because it's not the simplest farm I've made. Yeah, it's surely not. But it's also not very complex, just requires a bit of math, but it's okay. I think it's less complex than plastic. So all we had to do is really make a lot of turbines and boilers to have it work. It requires a lot of power, and it's an issue that I encountered. Maybe like natural gas will help me, and then I just give up on it and spam turbines because they are very OP for starter players, and indeed they worked greatly. I also tried solar farms, but they are kind of useless without batteries because you have like that time when it's night or it's a storm, kind of useless because you want your farm always running. The wind turbines are good, but they don't really provide enough, so that's why I went with steam. Anyways, let's explain how it works. First of all, those are new gen water pumps, they are much better, so that's just what they are. And the tier tier 2 wind turbine is more than enough for them. We first take dirt out of the ground, and then we split it into rich soil, which goes further to get gold out of it, and then some other materials, bauxite, gravel, and sand. I just put them on sale automatically. I think I will need some of them to make aluminum later, which is required for purple gold, so we will see. Now, after we get here, so now we are starting to actually get the gold out of the soil. I don't know how this process is done really in real life. It's also not really explained here, as you can see. No one really knows how this works, but hey, it works, so yeah. So first of all, we need to supply acetic acid, and all we need to do is simply combine oil and water in a plastic production facility, if I recall correctly. In a plastic refinery, alright, never mind, in a plastic refinery. And then we take it into an oxidation plant, and then it simply becomes acetic acid. Now those stuff require a lot of electricity, a lot of electricity, which is really annoying, but whatever. And we have these things supplying everything here.
That's
All
why
of
I
those
also
machines.
try to
Only
like
they need acetic acid, and we have like 5 of them. Each one costs 1 million. Now everything also requires water, but whatever. So after we process the soil here, it comes out as gold, 10 karat gold, and then we wash it to get it to 12 karat gold. Now it comes out again, we need to pass it through those machines again, and now when it reaches 18 karat, all we need to do is wash it again. It will reach 24 karat, and then we can safely melt it and process it into an ingot. Not having to pass it through those machines each time made it really much more cheaper, which is awesome. And using this machine at the end is funny because, like, look at it, it's a starter machine, but still. And there we go, we are producing gold ingots. I think making aluminum will be much harder but less expensive, so we will see. I also made this thing which shows how old this farm is. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me a ton, and it also gives me motivation to continue. I will see you on the next video towards our journey. Goodbye. Or you can, you know, watch this video instead of just going. I heard it's really good. Yeah, so now bye bye.